Hey everybody, welcome back to the Let's Play. Since the last episode, I've started putting up the walls and putting up the limit where the next ceiling is going to be. Now this ceiling, I think, is going to be underneath this. So this is the maintenance floor, just like this, for the next segment. I like putting in these maintenance floors because it just makes it easier. I just need to make a door somewhere or an access point just to check on the system how it's doing. Speaking of the plan today is to decorate this, get a moss farm going. This is probably going to be the entrance for it, I'm picturing in my head. And possibly make a start on the large tree farm up top. We'll see if we can get to that, because decorating, not my strong suit, as I've mentioned before. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try and do most of it on camera. But obviously, the boring bits need to be cut. So while we're at it, I think I want to continue with the shape of this room, just so we've got an idea what it's going to look like. So for the ceiling, before I continue these walls, I want the ceiling to have an apex and then a gradual slope down. Possibly 3 blocks and then a flat bit here. Probably going to go in straight lines like this, and then maybe cap it off at the end, just to vary from this a little bit. But this here is the next section, right up until maybe here, and then we'll go up by the height of a half slab. I might be doing a terrible job in explaining, but you'll see in a second. You'll see in a second. Okay, so with this configuration, we've got a 3 slot here that we can do something with. But let's look at it from below. Let's have a look. I think that could be cool. So let's build all of this row and have a look if the trees can actually grow. I might just... yeah, I might push this back a little bit so I can continue this line here. Bit of a shame about the corner over there, but whoops. But nothing I can do about it. Same with that one, really. I might be able to do something here, but that one, I'm not sure. I cannot poke it out anymore because that would ruin the shape here. But we can say that the tree, you know, these ruins have been kind of compressed by the tree somehow. I don't know. I'm not an expert on lore. You guys figure it out for a change. God. Oh, but my trees are growing. I did want to do a test. Okay, looks like we do have big oak trees. But you know what? I'm fine with that. That's fine. They're a bit annoying to cut down, but to be honest, like, for the cherry trees, it's the same principle, so... we can handle it. We can do it. I've installed some lights here as well. So whenever the minecart is on the thing offloading, the light will pop up. This is like a way for me to check if the minecarts have stopped anywhere, like another check I can do. Just to make sure that the system keeps running. Oh boy. Lesson learned. Don't grow mangrove trees in this situation. Oh boy. I think the best way out of this is to clean up the bottom here and then get rid of all of the water source blocks. Maybe I should do... Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. Hopefully I got some sponge somewhere. I think I do. I can just about fit this in here. But that cancels out the idea I had for the moss room here. But what I can do... This is the moss farm, by the way. What I can do is, this is the bone meal output that has to be, like, readied somewhere to put in all the dispensers. And I can reach the dispensers from up there. So what I'm thinking is just putting a chest wall here that has enough space for all of the dispensers that are present. So, in other words, if all the chests are full, all of the dispensers can be refilled. That's what I'm hoping to do with this. The only question is, do I auto-craft it into blocks? It would save on storage space, you know, less chests in the world, less lag and all that. Let me do the math and see how many chests I would save. Okay, so after some calculations, to fill up all the dispensers, I need 63,936 bone meal, which is ridiculous. 7,104 bone blocks that equivalates to. So that means 999 stacks of bone meal and 111 stacks of bone blocks, which makes sense because we got 111 stacks. Sorry, not stacks. I've got 111 dispensers, so times 9 because every dispenser has 9 slots. That makes 111 stacks of bone blocks. Yeah, so it does. It is correct. So that means that for the bone meal, I need 18 double chests plus 27. But for the bone blocks, I need 2 double chests and 3. So what I'm thinking is, if I just have 2 double chests with bone blocks, whatever's in the hoppers when the system shuts off, that should be enough to count for the 3, obviously. So I need a system that once it's full, this will automatically shut down. And then once I take from it, it will fire everything up again and it will just fill up whatever's lost. And then there's some details with the input to the filter system here, but we'll iron those out when we come to it. It's a lot to explain right now, so let's just take it step by step. Let's just make it simple and just focus on the next step, which in this case is just gathering everything to make this. Yeah. Well, that should be built now. All we need to do is to get bone meal in this dispenser. Sorry, dropper. This dropper will feed it into this dispenser, bone mealing this moss block once the timer goes up. By the way, this yeah, I got this design from a YouTuber called Basic Redstone. Not sure if it's his design, but that's where I got it from. I did make some adjustments, mainly like down here. So essentially, this is one of the adjustments that I made. All of the bone meal is going to gather into this hopper, going into that dropper over here. This hopper is locked, so once this dropper here has, I think, 2 stacks, then this torch will go off and this hopper will put all the bone meal into this box. So this is essentially the output that I'm going to divert into the bone meal wall. Okay? And then the second adjustment that I made, he had all of these as composters going into everything here. I diverted all of them towards this hopper. This one I took the other way, and I put some item filters here, which I still need to fill. But basically, I wanna filter out moss blocks, azalea, flowering azalea saplings, and azalea saplings. So the saplings I need to divert into the main system, so it can go into the proper chest. And the moss blocks, I'm not sure where I'm gonna divert them, but I just want to have them. Maybe I'll just put them in a chest here for now, until I know what I kind of want to do with them. So yeah, let's turn the machine on. So I've got bone meal in the dropper. He says that you only need 12 or something like that for the system to fully fill itself. It is self-refilling. So yeah, let's just turn it on and check it out. Nothing's happening. I did something wrong. Everything seems to be stable now. So my mistake was this. Where is he? Yeah, I think, yeah, this repeater wasn't on the tick that it was supposed to be on. Small thing like that can just ruin the whole thing, can't it? Let me just reach that. Oh, there's some stone in here as well. But I think it's all fixed now, so now I'm gonna have it run for a little bit just to test it, see if it's safe. As long as I don't see any cobblestone forming, it should be fine. And are we getting a surplus of bone meal yet? Yes, we are. So, yes, this one has almost 2 stacks of bone meal. That's enough to keep this farm running. So this all should fill up. This is going to be the chest wall here. Once this is full, I want this whole system to shut off. That is going to be the next step. And then after that, I would like to get these 2 saplings into the filter system over there somehow. There you go. As per usual. Decorating will happen later, but this is where I want all of my bone blocks to be stored. I might need more hoppers. Been a while since I had to refill those. But yeah, that's going to be the line of the bone blocks, so I'm going to build the auto crafter here, roughly. And then all I need to do is hook up that output chest to the auto crafter. Should be fairly simple, if I can remember how to make an auto crafter setup. But what that does do is give me the opportunity to go back here, past my filter system, and have a look at the auto crafting setup. How did I do it? The hell is all of this mess? Oh, right. Okay, this is separate. I was so confused with this. But this is one of my additions. So, in this case, it's iron ingots, but bone meal will go into a hopper into the auto crafter. Comparator will go out. It compares a full auto crafter signal to this one. Once this one is full, it will give out a signal, which returns into a block next to that auto crafter. Got it. I made my filter systems with iron blocks back then. Oh, I was poor. Okay, let's make the hoppers. There we go. Might as well trade the rest of them. And put the emeralds in the returning station. Okay, so we have our auto crafter pointing down. Now I need the comparator signal. Can't get behind it. Ugh, gonna have to waste a block. Okay. Behind it. This one is completely full. And then the comparator will go out, returning the signal to the autocrafter. I need redstone dust. let's turn on the whole thing. I need a door into this area. Where's the lever? Ah. Okay. System is on. No cobblestone, which is good. Yep, this is all working. Returning station. Oh, functional. Boom. This is all good as well. Do I see a tick up there? There you go, went off. And then that means that we should have a bone block. Yeah, I think we had 12 earlier. And now I need a system that detects if this is full or not. Oof, how am I gonna do that? Could be as simple as just getting a signal from this hopper here out, down, all the way over to the on and off system. I'm gonna have to think about how I'm gonna do that. So that's gonna be the next step while I have all of this running, essentially. This might be fairly simple, actually. So I've got this redstone torch here connected to this block, which is connected to this redstone torch, which is connected to that block. It's essentially a lever, but just up there, where all of these torches are, and I don't want to put any redstone dust up there because that might just break everything. But as you can see, when this is on, the farm is on. When it's off, the farm shuts off. Slowly. So, all I need to do is get that comparator sign level all the way to this block and activating this torch, essentially. And it should just be as simple as that, and now we need to connect everything up, and hopefully it won't intermingle with anything else. Moment of truth. Yep. Yep, that will shut everything down. But the only way to really test that is to wait until this activates, which is when all of those chests are full with that hopper back there. Which is going to take a while. We'll just wait so we have the full chests anyway. Ooh. It's me promising we would be doing some decorating, and here we are just doing a fairly complicated redstone project. But honestly, that is what I wanted for this tree. I want it to be redstone heavy, quote unquote. You know, I know there's YouTube channels out there that do nothing but redstone, but for me, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is kind of, yeah, the limit of what I can do redstone-wise. It's alright. It does the job. You know, some farms I have to borrow off of other people, and some farms I design myself. And what I find is usually the ones that I design are very clunky. Very, very, very clunky. People are way better than me in compacting all of the redstone, that's for sure. But okay, I think the next part I want to do is connect up... Yeah, I want to connect up the sapling filters with the filter system here. So I need to figure out what direction I'm going to go in. Are they going... Yes. We got that, and we got this. Perfect. I gotta say, this tree is filling up quickly with redstone contraptions and water streams and... and then not to mention what's underneath it. When I started this project, I kind of knew that was gonna happen, but I did not realize. Because when I saw this space here, I was like, yeah, surely I can do something there. But then when you actually like start to fill it, it just feels so tiny. I've kind of limited myself, even though this is like a gigantic build. Like, yeah, all of that houses my tree farm. And I cannot wait to finish the landscape around it either. I haven't even started designing on it yet, but I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do. So yeah, that's going to be insane as well. Right, how many bone blocks did we make in that time? 44. But you know what? I can do like one of our classic hour tests and just see how much we get, and then I can kind of calculate how long it will take. That's not good. Okay, I'm not sure why that happened. So it's refilling the system now, and it seems to be okay. But just to be sure, I'm going to overload this bone block line. Just to see what the comparator does. Yeah, blocks are going through it too fast for it to go off. But I think it was, I had to go to the gold farm for some quartz to get some more observers. I think with leaving the chunks and getting back into them, something went wrong here. So I need to make sure that when I leave, this is off. So in which case, I might put like a lever near the front entrance, like an override, that just overrides the whole system here, shuts it off. Because I really don't want to risk that. I don't want to go back into the maintenance area too much. Okay, so now that the system is full again, let's do an hour-long test, shall we? I'm not going to leave the area, so then nothing, hopefully, can go wrong. Okay, we got 45 blocks at the moment. I'm checking the time. Okay, cool. So, in an hour, we'll come back here and see how many bone blocks we've got. And then I can kind of calculate how long it will take to fill up the whole system. So, in an hour, what did we get bone block-wise? Ooh. Let's say that's 3 stacks, essentially. 3 stacks. That's not too bad, actually. I'm quite surprised. I was thinking just a stack in a little bit. But that means 1, 2, 3. Every row is 3 hours. Ooh. By my calculations, which very well could be wrong, 4.5 days of AFK before this is full. I mean, here's the thing. Look at how full these still are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have this run while I complete the rest of everything and while I'm here, and just let it fill up naturally. And I believe as soon as we're finished with the whole thing over here, because remember, we're gonna do the whole surroundings as well, I think we'll do a decent chunk into these. And by the time these are empty, because I don't foresee myself needing, you know, a lot of wood in the near future, but we do have full dispensers, almost full still, I think it'll work out pretty fine. By the time these are empty, this will be full. I'm pretty sure of it. Having said that, I do want to install a safety feature that I can just pull a lever near the entrance and it will shut off this system, the moss farm system. Let's turn it on for now. I don't know if this is the correct way to do things, by the way. How I'm tackling this whole build is I do all the functional stuff first, and then I come in with the decoration, obviously, because I haven't decorated anything apart from the downstairs. So that's how I'm doing this. Like, how would you guys do it? Would you guys do the aesthetics first and then build the functionality around it? Because to me, it just makes more sense to do it this way, because then I know everything is functioning. But I don't know, there might be an argument to be made for the other way around. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. What will you guys do when you're tackling a big technical build like this? Now that I think about it, that was risky. I went over to the house to get some glowing sacks, and I left without turning it off. So that doesn't bode well for the future. Oh, I really hope I can remember it. I mean, it's not a tough fix. All it is just clear all of this, clear all of that, Then make sure there's no cobblestone in the platform. And then put 2 lava sources back again. I could always put like a tiny little lava farm here. Just to make sure I've always got lava to refill it. Okay, let's attempt to do a couple of things on camera here. So I've got the 2 vines, the twisting vine and the weeping vine? Question mark. The crimson and the warped variant of the vines. And I do need a farm for each of them. I've just, in the main room here, I've just made this little section here available. So we're just going to try and fit it all in. So I've got a lever here. Once I pull the lever, I want these things to grow and immediately get chopped off by the pistons. So I've got dispensers behind here. If I fill those up with bone meal, they'll just spam bone meal on this and it will keep growing. If I put the pistons on the same tick as the dispensers, it should all be going nice and quick. I've just made these rooms here. And for decoration, I kind of like this texture here. So we're gonna test that out, see how that goes. Oh. There you go. It's a little bit different, isn't it? And then, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Hop, hop, hop. Okay. Now comes some challenging things. It's always nice when you realize that you've been talking to your microphone for a bit and you didn't press record. Well, I did, but OBS wasn't open. Am I ever going to get competent at this YouTube game? How much bone meal have we got left? I fixed it, by the way. I'll let you blah, blah. I'll show you what... if I can get there. I'll show you what I've changed in just a second. Where's the dispenser? Here you go. Okay, we got some bone meal left. So that was from the test I was doing. Essentially, what I'd done was I simplified the whole setup because it was getting way too complicated, as I tend to do. It's just a simple... So the clock is the same, observer clock, but the redstone repeater in between slows it down to 3 ticks. And then we've got the torch here and the dust. Now, this is a thing that I'm not sure on. The redstone torch is enough to power the dispenser and the piston. But because of this piece of redstone on top, when it's off, when the machine is off, the piston will stay in the retracted pose, which means that this can grow. Yeah, not sure why this dust does that, but it does. There was a lot of does in that sentence. Anyway, so when we pull the lever, the machine works. Slower, but it shouldn't be able to push all the items everywhere, and especially into the system here, so it would get into the dispensers and then eventually clog up. You know, I don't want to be constantly maintaining these machines. But yeah, so now that should be working. In the meantime, we can cut some trees down and yada yada. This will just keep going until the bone meal is done. Just goes to show, like, I came up with this just after a few hours after the last clip, because sometimes when you hit a wall, you just need to take a step back, and that's what I did. I went to the shop around my corner, and all of a sudden I heard a meow, and I saw my cat outside, and he, like, did a proper double take, like, huh? What are you doing out here? I've never seen him outside of the house, so that was quite funny. He followed me for a little bit as well. Yeah, that was quite funny. But yeah, looks like... yeah, test is still going. Let's have a look at how many we've gathered so far. Oh, and the spacing here, way better. Now I can encapsulate this with the ceiling and you won't see a thing. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Got lost in my own storage room here. Okay. See? We've got a bunch of stuff. I doubt we would even need this much, ever. Like, maybe for a big landscaping project, but we'll see. Of course, that's 2 more farms that we've done. So we've made 3 farms so far that are fully functional. Pretty good going. Looks like the bone meal is done. There you go. Machine's off. And I think we got ourselves a proper guild farm as well. Unfortunately, the system that I found isn't really like a display case, so it's going to be hidden. After this, we better do a decorating episode because I am so done with redstone for a while. Attempt number 2. See stuff happening. Ah, and as per usual, stuff flies everywhere. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. There they go. Nice. Have a little look. Yeah, there they are. Awesome. Slowly but surely, we've got everything in the storage room. Well, looks like it's still going. And unfortunately, it's not lossless. But hopefully some of them will shoot over into the water stream itself. Nothing I can do about that. I got this design from Shulkercraft. If you guys have a more reliable design, just shoot it over to me and maybe I'll switch it out. I've gone ahead and done it again, haven't I? Here I am. Saying for a couple of episodes that I would do a decorational episode, and then I just continue, go ahead and do a redstone episode. I'm so sorry, guys, if redstone is not your thing, but these are kind of things that I have to get done before I'm ready to take on the next layer of the farm. Which will be the final layer, by the way, the large tree farm. That will be the final segment, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of redstone involved on that layer, because it's going to be fairly semi-automatic. Meaning manually chop down trees, like this big room here. I picture we've got 2 more episodes on the inside of the tree farm? Question mark. Decorating this, I will do the ceiling of the entrance hall and the hallway here. I will do those in between episodes. I will install the floor for the next segment, the maintenance floor, and I will get an elevator going, so we can just crack on with either the decorations or the next level. If you guys are interested, you're always welcome to put down in the comments what you would like me to focus on next episode, and I will try and do so. If you guys feel generous enough to comment on the video, that is. Speaking of which, this episode has taken enough of your time and mine, I think, but I did really enjoy making it, and I hope despite all the redstone heaviness and my clumsiness, you guys enjoyed watching it. Really do, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. See ya. Bye. Where am I going? This way? This way. There you go. This is where I landed. This is where I'm staying. See you guys.